Yeah, I have a question. I read about this a lot, and I'm just curious around reclaiming the authenticness of our person, and that I keep hearing this phrase, you knew who you were before you were born. And so that's got, every religion or spiritual practice would have a different interpretation on that. I'm just curious, where do we go with this? I mean, I think I know what that means for me spiritually. And I'm thinking that if anything, uh, it for the alignment around quantum physics is that we all come from the source, the energy, the quantum physics field that I refer to as God, my creator. And there's scripture that I can go back to that says he knitted me in my mother's womb and he already knew me before I was born. I can do all that, but I'm just curious how go further with that if you can.
I am so glad you asked such a great question. And the place to start is we are not just our physical bodies. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience.
Yes, I resonate with that.
Okay. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience. Before we were having the physical experience on this earth journey in school, we were spiritual beings without the physical body. We were spiritual beings first. And we knew we were spiritual beings. We knew that's what we were, our essence. As spiritual beings, that's all we had. We didn't have bills. We didn't have extra body fat. We didn't have issues with our spouse. We didn't have pains in our ankles and our wrists and our knees. We didn't have all the physical distractions. We didn't have fear of failing. We didn't have fear of going broke. We didn't have fear of being left behind. But somewhere, and I won't claim to know exactly how this sequence works, but somehow, when that spiritual essence, call it the soul, call it the spirit, call it your light, passed from the spirit, the 5D plane, into the 3D plane, in the embryo, in the womb, right away, in the womb, the programs start forming. One of the things I learned is my mom was super stressed. Her boyfriend slash husband left her right before. They got in trouble. They were on drugs. So I was born into a very fight or flight situation. So right away, my programs were fight or flight before anyone even spanked me on my naked baby booty. Even before the doctor gave me that whack, it already started for me. So the programs are formed. But I'm not a victim. We all get these programs thrust upon us by our environment, and that's our work. Remembering who we really are by overcoming the programs and aligning with our authentic self, our spiritual self, 5D, our authentic alignment. And that's what purpose directs you to do. The guiding North Star is our life purpose. And when we align with that, we remember that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience.